Welcome all. Hope you all are doing well and we have revised the previous topic that we have learned. Okay, now today we are going to check about what next. Then as we have talked about that we will be checking the electromotive force and then the different types of cells and the half cells. Let's begin. Electromotive force, which is also known as EMF of a cell. Now what is EMF of a cell? That we have already calculated in the galvanic cell. If you can remember, that is E0 cell, right? How we have calculated? By taking the difference between the electrode potentials of the two half cells and causes the flow of current from electrode at higher potential to electrode at lower potential. It is also the measure of free energy change. I repeat, what is EMF? EMF is the difference between the electrode potentials of two half cells and causes flow of current from electrode at higher potential to electrode at lower potential. It is also the measure of free energy change. Okay, now when we are talking about that half cell, so what is half cell? Half cell means one electrode dipped in its salt solution. For example, if iron rod is there, then iron rod will be dipped in iron solution only. Similarly, copper rod dipped in copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution, zinc rod dipped in zinc sulfate, and it is not at all necessary that the salt solution should be sulfate only. It can be nitrate. Okay, that we have already seen in the galvanic cell. So, your E0 cell we are going to calculate with respect to the half cell, that is higher potential to lower potential. Now cell potential. Cell potential is called the EMF when no current is drawn through the cell. That is E cell is equals to E cathode minus E anode. Now when we are talking about E cathode minus E anode, we know at cathode reduction reaction is taking place. Now what is E cathode? Actually this is the cell potential, half cell potential that I told you will be given to you, and with respect to that you need to calculate the cell potential values. Next comes electrochemical series. It is the arrangement of the electrodes in the increasing order of their standard reduction potentials. Right, so with the help of the electrochemical series, we will be able to calculate this cell potential. Now, the potential of individual half cell. The potential of individual half cell cannot be measured because the exchange of electrons is not taking place, the chemical reaction is not taking place. So the individual half cell potential cannot be measured. We can measure only the difference between the two half cell potentials that gives the EMF of the cell. Mind well, what we can measure? We can measure only the difference between these two half cell potentials, which will give the EMF of the cell. So according to the convention, a half cell called standard hydrogen electrode represented by platinum solid. Now why we are taking platinum? Because it is the least reactive metal as an reference with respect to hydrogen. Why hydrogen is taken? Because the cell potential, the oxidation or reduction cell potential of hydrogen is 0 at all temperatures corresponding to the reaction. That is the reason why it is taken as a standard reference electrode. So here we have the standard hydrogen electrode, which is helpful to complete our cell. Because if we are using any other metal as an half cell, then hydrogen is only the standard half cell which will help us to complete our cell and help us to to calculate the or to measure the cell potential. Here you can see that platinum wire is there, which is connected with the platinum plate and dissolved in 1 molar of sulfuric acid solution. Hydrogen gases pass through it and the following reactions takes place. That the standard hydrogen electrode, when it is acting as an anode, right, it is going to release 2 electrons. Here is the application of standard hydrogen electrode. How this standard hydrogen electrode is able to complete the other half cell. Now in this you can see that iron is dipped in its iron salt solution, whereas your hydrogen is dipped in its salt solution. Now both these electrodes are connected with a conducting wire and your salt bridge is also there to maintain the salt neutrality of the solution. To maintain the neutrality of the solutions, we have a salt bridge dipped into it. So we have already learned about the importance of salt bridge, that it helps to connect the two half cells, and again it's help to maintain the electrical neutrality of the cell. With respect to the half cell potential that is given in the EMF series, we are able to decide whether this half cell electrode is going to act as an anode or whether it is going to act as an cathode. Okay, so here we have the different reaction, the potential value is given. Here the iron is acting as an anode, whereas hydrogen half cell is acting as an cathode, because when iron is converted into iron 2 plus, its oxidation potential is minus 0.44, whereas the potential of hydrogen is 0 voltage, right? The oxidation potential of iron is 0.44, sorry, right, the oxidation potential of iron is 0.44 voltage, or somewhere it is given 0.41, so depending upon the given voltage we are going to take. So the oxidation potential of iron is 0.41 or 0.44 as per the given data, and the oxidation potential of hydrogen is 0. So the oxidation potential of iron is more, hence it is going to act as an cathode. Sorry, it is going to act as an anode, whereas hydrogen is going to act as an cathode. This was the old concept where we were taking the oxidation potential as a reference. But as per the new concept, we are taking the reduction potential as a concept. So what is the reduction potential? The negative, right? Because E0 oxidation is equals to minus E0 reduction. I repeat, E0 oxidation is equals to minus E0 reduction or vice versa. So if oxidation potential is given, we can convert it into reduction potential, or if reduction potential is given to us, we can convert it into the oxidation potential. It's very easy. Okay, so depending upon the given potential, half cell potentials, we are going to conclude the electrode acting as an anode or cathode. Here iron rod is acting as an anode, whereas hydrogen is acting as an cathode. And the next, Nernst equation. Now Nernst equation gives the relation between the concentration of ions and electrode potential is given by the Nernst equation. Okay, it is not required always the concentration of all the species involved in electrode reaction is unity. The potential of the electrochemical cell depends on temperature, concentration of solutions associated with the cell reaction and nature of electrode. Scientist Nernst first of all gave the equation showing the relation between the potential of the electrochemical cell and the concentration of solutions associated with the reactions. He measured that this equation can be deduced on the basis of principle of thermodynamics. So, according to Nernst equation, what we can do is, this is a generalized equation. We have already studied general equation of mass action, right? AA plus BB. By the exchange of n number of electrons, we obtain CC and DD. So, what is E cell? The cell potential, the overall electrode potential. Till now, we were calculating E0 cell, which is the standard potential. Now, E0 cell, we have calculated with respect to the half cell potential that was given to us. Okay, now we are going to calculate the overall cell potential of a given electrochemical cell. So the cell potential formula is E cell equals to E0 cell minus RT upon NF. What is RT? Real gas constant, temperature, right? N number of electron exchange, F is Faraday's constant, natural log Cc. What is this Cc? Concentration of the product, right? Product of the this we have already studied in law of mass action while calculating the dissociation constant, right? So it is there, the product of the concentration of this product with this stoichiometric values, right, upon AA and BB. The square bracket represents the concentrations. Now for an electrochemical cell, the concentration of pure solids and liquid is taken as unity. But again, as I have told that it is not always unity. If the value of concentration is given, we need to take those concentration values. Now at equilibrium, now what is equilibrium? Equilibrium means where rate of forward reaction is equal to rate of reverse reaction, where the cell potential becomes 0, that is E cell is equals to 0. Now when E cell is equals to 0, now this value we are going to substitute in this given equation. So what equation we will have? E0 cell is equals to, now here what we have, how we are getting 0.0591? By substituting the values of R, that is real gas constant, right? We have the different values of real gas constant, 8.314. Okay, depending upon the unit it is given 1.987 if it is in calories. So we have various values of real gas constant. Temperature 298, F 96500. By substituting all these values, we are going to get 0.0591. Okay, then N natural log is converted into log. Okay, and log Kc because we are going to calculate the dissociation constant. Then with the help of this Nernst equation, we are also able to calculate the standard Gibbs free energy. This also we have already studied in the grade 11, that is delta G0 is equals to minus NF E0 cell. And one more relationship between free energy change and equilibrium constant is delta G0 is equals to minus 2.303 RT log Kc. Okay, now these all relations you need to remember because these all relations we are going to utilize in solving the numericals, which are very important. Now, what is the basic concept is electrode potential will increase with increase in the concentration of the electrolyte and decrease in temperature. Nernst equation when applied to a cell will help to calculate the cell potential. Right, this is the Nernst equation for a reduction reaction. So, reduction reaction takes place by accepting electrons. So, this is only, right, in previous slide we have seen how Nernst equation is helpful to calculate the complete cell potential. Now, here we are calculating only for the reduction reaction. Okay, that is only for a half cell potential. Okay. So log C2 upon C1 because the concentration of C2 has to be greater than C1. So this is the example how we can utilize the Nernst equation to calculate the cell potential. Right, here the question is given, represent the cell in which the following reaction takes place. Calculates its E cell, if E0 cell, as I told you with respect to this is given, and if this is not given, then we need to calculate with the help of the EMF series. So the cell can be written as, okay, because E0 cell is positive, and from this chemical equation given I can come to know that magnesium is acting as an anode whereas silver is acting as an cathode. So I can give the symbolic representation and the concentration of the salt solution is given. Okay, so when the concentration is given, we need to take that concentration only. So it's simple. We have taken the formula E cell is equals to E0 cell minus RT upon 2F. Why 2? Because your exchange of electron is 2. Magnesium is releasing 2 electrons. Hence, silver has to accept 2 electrons. So exchange of electron during the chemical reaction is 2. Natural log will be converted into log. Right. We don't have to show the calculation. Directly you can put the values, that is 0.059. To F, this is RT upon F, right? When you will substitute the values, RT upon F will give you this 0.059. Actually it is giving 0.0592 something, but we are taking this 0.059 only. With the help of your log table, we are going to solve these log values that we have already learned in grade 11. So you are going to get the value by solving this complete thing. You will be getting the value is 0.21, and we are able to calculate the cell potential of the given cell. Similarly, we are going to calculate the equilibrium constant with the given formula. We have the equilibrium constant formula. E0 cell is equals to RT upon NF into natural log Kc, and then we are converting the natural log into log by multiplying. Natural log is equals to 2.303 log, right? So whenever we are converting natural log to log, we need to multiply with 2.303, that is 2.303, and we are able to calculate the equilibrium constant value as well. Your log Kc is 15.6, then Kc is equals to anti-log of 15.6. Remember how we have calculated anti-log? For anti-log you need to take for log and anti-log, you will be getting the log table, and by that you will be able to note down the values. And how it is 15? Because before decimal 15 is there, and hence it is 10 to the power 15. Now as before decimal 2 digits are there, so after 1 digit the point is that this is the general form how we represent anti-log. Next, how we are able to calculate the Gibbs free energy for a given Daniell cell. Now why it is Daniell cell? Because zinc and copper is there. That is why galvanic cell converted into the Daniell cell. We have the formula delta G0 is equals to minus NF E0 cell. N is the number of electrons exchanged, which is 2. F, and now in this F value is given, so we are going to utilize this value. Otherwise the constant, that is 96500, we are going to use. So in this manner we are going to calculate, and this is very important. This same question was asked in this year as well. So this type of numericals are very important, which are asked for 2 to 3 marks questions. So please prepare and learn the formula, make a formula list, right? Start making the formula list, that for chapter 3 which all formulas are there. It will be very much helpful to you. Please go through it and start solving the numericals as well. Stay healthy, stay happy. Good day.